Hello to everyone! I really hope you've had a wonderful week so far. Let's skip the small talk for a moment and get down to the issue of the day, which is guaranteed to brighten up your day even more. When One Direction announced their breakup in 2015, only 5 months after Zayn had left the group, they were at the height of their fame. Many people are left wondering how close Harry, Louis, Liam, Niall, and Zayn are to one another, or if they're even buddies now that 1D has split up. Although some of the members of One Direction are more close than others, there has been some animosity between them over the years. So let's see if the members of One Direction are still friends. Harry Styles, aside from spending a lot of time in the US and completing his solo projects, notably Fine Line, Harry has maintained a solid relations with the rest of One Direction and is probably closest in terms of friendship to Niall Horan. When Harry was nominated for a Brit Award in 2020, Niall said he was there to support him, and the two have acknowledged that they communicate by text and are extremely supportive of one another's solo endeavors. During his opening monologue on Saturday Night Live, the 26-year-old made a dig at Zayn by adding, "I adore those guys. I miss them. They're my siblings. There's a fourth member of the group, Ringo." The answer is yes. Niall Horan. Since the boys have gone their own ways, Niall's reputation as the band's good man hasn't been tarnished. It's easier to keep up with Louis, Liam, and Harry than with Zayn. One Direction member Zayn is quite a hard fella to keep up with, according to Niall, who has had no communication with him since the release of his last album, Pillow Talk. He did, however, say, "I have no ill will against him in the least, but ill will has a shelf life. I'm at a loss. We'll have to wait and see. We may meet again at some point in the future, but not now." Liam and Louis are both fathers, and he says it's vital to stay in touch with them because of that, so he checks in frequently and even messaged Louis as he sat for an interview about his latest album, Heartbreak Weather. For Liam Payne, having done a Google Box special episode for Stand Up to Cancer with Louis, the two men have more in common than the bad. They're both fathers. It was revealed in the 2018 special episode that they were still hanging out in their native habitat and how close they were. In an interview he gave recently, Harry Styles admitted that he wouldn't know what to say to the Stack It Up singer if the two met into each other today. The Face was told by him what he's become is shrouded in mystery. "What more could I say to him than hello, how are you, and sorry?" When I saw some images of him, as far as Liam's comments go, he stated that they are polar opposites and that their music could not be more different. I mean, just look at the difference between what I put out and what Harry put out. Totally different. Basically, I'm like Harry's Antichrist. Louis Tomlinson. If you don't know where he sits with the rest of the boys, you can always rely on the fact that Louis has never been one to sugarcoat his comments. After Zayn left the band, Louis and Zayn got into a public feud on Twitter over Naughty Boy, which, if you don't recall, was the subject of the feud. There was a festival in Mexico in November 2019 when Louis and Niall hung around backstage, and Niall even screamed out the 1D song Little Black Dress during soundcheck. We're disappointed that Harry and Louis haven't been in touch since their hiatus, but they look to be living separate lives in different parts of the country. Zayn Malik. Zayn, his troubled relationship with the rest of the band is well known, and he has admitted that he withdrew himself after relationships fell apart. Late last year, he said in an interview with Vogue, there was no connection between the theaters, arenas, and stadiums where we saw the show. One after the other, boom. When you're a teenager, it might be a little difficult to deal with that kind of change in perspective. Even when there are 5 distinct personalities involved, people interpret the situation in different ways. There was a breakdown in their relationship. To many, his admission to Us Weekly magazine, "To be honest, I never really spoke to Harry even when I was in the band, so I didn't really expect that much of a relationship with him. That they were never that close crushed many hearts." If you enjoyed viewing the show, we would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to it by clicking the button labeled subscribe. Make sure the notification button is activated so that you are kept abreast of all the newest videos that we upload. We would appreciate it if you would use the comment box to share your reactions to the video with us, as we would be interested in hearing them as well.